Ladies and gentlemen, apparently the hunt for Micah Parsons has begun, at least for some of the teams not named the Dallas Cowboys, because look like Jerry them, and they still ain't budging, man. They ain't trying to do no contract negotiations, but apparently, according to reports, the Cowboys have in fact received some very serious offers for the all-pro edge rusher. In addition to this, we actually get some insight from Will McClay into the fact that the Cowboys are going to be looking for outside help at the cornerback position, and he gives his thoughts on the roster up until this point. Let's get right into it, but first, a word from our sponsors. Amax Insurance is teaming up with Attack on Cowboys, and they are not only doing me a favor by providing your boy a little bit of cheddar, but they doing y'all a huge favor because all of you guys currently watching this video, man, y'all are going to have the opportunity to win tickets to the Dallas Cowboys versus Green Bay Packers Week 4 matchup at AT&T Stadium. But that's not it. Y'all also are going to get $350 to help you out with hotel stays and all that kind of stuff. So all you have to do in order to take advantage of this deal is use the link that I'm going to have in the pinned comment and likely in my description. Use that link below, go to the Amax Insurance website, and just get a free quote. Just get a free quote. That's all you have to do. And in addition, you may actually find out you can save yourself some money on your monthly insurance premiums. Again, Amax Insurance is giving you guys a chance to go to a Dallas Cowboys game completely for free. You do not have to purchase anything. You don't have to buy anything. All they want you to do is utilize their site so you can see if you're getting the best savings possible on your insurance. They're going to compare rates from multiple carriers to help you save, so don't miss your chance. Give them a shot right now, as this free giveaway, this joint only lasting until Saturday, y'all. So y'all literally got about 36 to 48 hours to take advantage of this. Do not waste any time. You want to go to the Cowboys game, this right here is your chance to get a free opportunity to do so, along with some money to make sure you can actually get here. So check out Amax Insurance, and let's get right into today's show. Man, shut your up. Now, let's get right into this, man, because Ricky is reporting that there's a rumor going around, or he's more so reporting on a rumor, I'll say that. He said even though he doesn't think he will be traded, the Packers have a very serious trade offer on the table to the Cowboys for Micah Parsons. Now, I'm going to say this off rip, bruh. No, Pack, no. You cannot have the Lion, bruh. I don't care if Micah Parsons ultimately has to end up getting traded from the Cowboys, man. That's the worst case scenario. It cannot happen to the Packers. It cannot happen to the Eagles. It can't happen to any of our rivals, bruh. Send Micah ass somewhere like Carolina or somewhere harmless, man. Do not send him to the Packers, and you damn sure don't send him to the Packers when we got to see the Packers in week 4, man. Y'all just heard me trying to give y'all some free tickets. Again, for real, though. Click that link. Go check out the website. All you got to do is get a free quote. Y'all don't actually have to purchase anything, and that's going to give you the opportunity to be put into that drawing for the free tickets. But the Cowboys apparently are receiving very serious offers, and we shouldn't be surprised at all. Anytime the player, the caliber of a Micah Parsons requests a trade, you have to assume that that's going to actually facilitate some trade offers being made by various squads. Now, again, the fact that it's the Packers, I almost threw up in my mouth as soon as I seen this, man. Packers, y'all wasting y'all damn time. Ain't no way we about to give y'all a chance to try to trade for Micah, and then we got to see his ass in week 4, and he gonna have all that vengeance on his spirit? Absolutely not. Micah might have 10 sacks that game, bruh. That's damn sure something we can't do. So I'm just gonna say this, man. We got a couple of weeks now. We really got maybe 3 weeks until we figure out the fate of Micah Parsons with the Dallas Cowboys, as it pertains to this season at least, because the Cowboys realistically have 3 more years of control over him. But he has a chance to decide, is he going to play or is he going to force the front office's hand? I think that right there, we just kind of keep an eye on that. I don't think that anything happens from this. I think ultimately Micah Parsons ends up getting paid what he's owed. And I think ultimately we all look at this as a situation where we're like, damn, Jerry, why'd you have to make it that difficult? Damn, Micah, why'd you have to make it that difficult? Right? Because this is all a bunch of drama anyway. So we're not going to pay too much attention to this, but it is worth keeping an eye on that now the Cowboys are starting to receive some very serious trade offers. And I'm going to be honest, man, unless it's including one of them damn defensive tackles that the Green Bay Packers got, a Frank Clark and one of them other dudes, plus 2 first-round picks and maybe a second or a third, I ain't trying to hear nothing that nobody talking about as it pertains to no Micah. So we're going to keep it moving to the next part of the show, which I thought this was very interesting. This was an interview from John Machota with The Athletic with Cowboys VP of Player Personnel, Will McClay. All right, let's actually take a look at this article because it's actually very insightful as it pertains to the thinking of the front office right now. And remember, you may not trust anything that Jerry and them say, but Will McClay has not come out and openly told lies, and he has no reason to. So anytime he speaks in an expanded format like this, I definitely want to at least check out what he's saying because that's going to give us better insight as to what this team is going to do in the future, right? So let's go ahead and get right into this. Again, shout out to great John Machota. Oxnard, California, Will McClay is in his 9th season as the Dallas Cowboys Vice President of Player Personnel. It's his 24th season in the team's personnel department. He knows the franchise well and has often been praised for his ability to get everyone on the same page, from the scouting department to the front office and coaching staff. However, he does not view himself as a finished product. You get better when you have success, as we have throughout, where you pick some good players, but you don't always, he said. You have your ups and downs. I think getting better at understanding people, understanding the process is what we're doing. I think I've gotten better at that. And really, for me, I'm continuing to learn how to get better at my job every day because we're dealing with people. That's the big thing to me is I got to get better with people. Continue to get better with evaluating people, communicating with people, understanding people, and then how it fits in with this group of people. That's the biggest change or where I've grown. McClay began overseeing Cowboys draft in 2014. Since then, they have picked 15 players who have made at least one Pro Bowl, tops in the NFL during that time. We caught up with Will McClay before Wednesday's training camp practice to get his thoughts on the current team before they head back to Dallas. On his working relationship with new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, McClay said this: "It's been awesome because he's waited for this opportunity. He was the wonder kid before the wonder kids that never got that opportunity. So he's very, very genuine, very honest, very open. I think in 2025, with the way the world is, there are certain ways that you have to address these young men and hit them head on and treat them like men and hold them accountable and really care about people. So it's very, very uplifting to see that and see the effect that it has not only on the team, but hopefully bringing the organization together. More so, the culture is all the way through that winning culture. So he's done a great job. I'm very excited for him." On what he likes about the current roster, Will McClay said this: "I think that it's a very competitive roster from top to bottom. In the different positions, you got a new culture that's coming in. And so part of building a team is fitting into a culture. The way that the guys are doing that with what Schottenheimer is bringing and the staff's bringing, but guys are buying into it. And when your best players are your best practice players like CeeDee Lamb, that's when you know you're doing something." On his impressions of wide receiver George Pickens since he's been with the Cowboys, a really unique individual, number one, from the standpoint that he loves football, loves his teammates, and a rare talent from a standpoint of being able to track a football and have the body control to make those contested catches. In the NFL, you got to win one-on-ones. You got to make those catches. He can make catches when he's covered. On what it's like going through that process of getting Pickens, McClay said we had a game plan going into it about wanting to address the position and adding some stuff there, be it in free agency, be it through the draft or after the draft. So free agency didn't happen. So we continued to work and make those connections and conversations throughout the process. You kind of felt things that could happen. So when that one came up, we just felt like it was the right move and the right investment for us. Me too. On the process of acquiring quarterback Joe Milton, his play in New England season finale last year was part of it. And one of the things that we wanted to do, Shotty talked about coming in, when it was his opportunity to improve the depth and athleticism and all that stuff, we got to increase that room. And we kind of looked around, and there were some draft opportunities and things. We had actually watched Joe at the combine, just me and EVP Stephen Jones, kind of messing around, just kind of going, hey, let's look at the different guys. Started to spark the interest a little bit, seeing what was there. And then he was available at the right time for the right cost. Okay, that's actually a pretty interesting nugget, the fact that the front office is starting to get to a point to where they're like, let's just peek and see what's over in the quarterback room. Very, very interesting, bro. On how a player as talented as Milton falls to the 6th round. Everybody has their own flavor, and you know what you're looking for. And there are certain things. Different offenses in college play differently than you do in the league. So there's that learning curve that you have to have. No matter what the talent is, it's how long is it going to take to get to that stage where he can handle that? Or are you going to do things the way they did in college to make it an easy transition? People may hedge their bets based on what they think the guy is at that point and then what he's going to become. I just think with that talent, and football is about coaching, and coaches make guys better if they want to get better. And so I'm impressed by the fact that Joe is engrossed in what we're doing and really tying it all together. I think the best thing for him was to be around a guy like Dak to understand what it takes so that talent can come out. On his thoughts about the team's running back room. All right, I'm interested to hear this. He said, I think it's a very competitive group. I think what we're trying to do offensively with the scheme and this new stuff coming in, you bring in a new coach and you have to add new vitality and youth and new bodies to that room. We had to, and we were very fortunate to get Javonte, who was a very, very good player, and Miles Sanders. It's a very competitive room. And so that's how we wanted to build the roster, a competitive room. So number one, cream rises to the top. And number two, it's attrition in the league. Things happen and people are going to get hurt. So if you have a strong room, you have an opportunity to continue to do what we want to do, running the football. Again, there's that emphasis on running the football, y'all. On what stands out about rookie defensive end Donovan Ezeraiku, a young pro who's very, very smart, who picks things up very easily, very quickly. Plus, he's got the physical ability. It's very rare you see a young guy and then whatever profession it is come in and kind of know some of the intricacies of that profession. And he knows it kind of innately. So that's the first thing that sticks out about him. And then he's a relentless, super competitive kid. On how he fits in with their talented edge rusher group. McClay said he's a young guy who will add value to us. His time will come. He'll have some great days and he'll have some days that he'll have to learn from. But I think the unique thing about this young dude is he will pick it up. He'll make a mistake, probably won't make that mistake twice. And seeing that group grow, you can add him in a bunch of different ways. And he's learning from, number one, a great coach. And then there's a bunch of guys with different skill sets around him that he picks up on. On his vision for the offensive line, having spent 3 first-round picks over the last 4 years in that area. McClay said, I think the offensive line has a bunch of young athletic dudes that have to grow together as a unit. I think it's now led by Tyler Smith. He was able to get some of that knowledge from the old guys, and now it's his room. I think that the identity from the coaches and everything else, and we want to be physical. We want to run the football. That group has to buy in, and that's led by Tyler. By the end of training camp, all 5 will work together. On the questions at the cornerback position and how busy the next few weeks will be, McClay said we're going to evaluate what's on our roster. We're going to evaluate what's out there. We have guys coming back, but we're always trying to improve. We want to make that last corner on the practice squad better than what we had last year. So we're going to comb through it. Guys are going to come back. Coaches are doing a great job. They understand the scheme. We've got to continue to try and improve that room as well as all the rooms in our building. Every day, we got to make it better. On 2 undrafted rookies who have stood out at camp, cornerback Zion Childress and wide receiver Treshawn Holden. McClay said they're competitive young guys that fit into the culture of the NFL, which we're trying to build. Their opportunities are going to come, and so we'll continue to see how they grow with those opportunities. They've been impressive. There's a number of impressive young guys out here. I think one thing about this rookie class that's been said since the very beginning when we brought them in is how mature they are and how dialed in they are on football. So that's the thing I'm most impressed about. Can they play? Can they play at this level? We're finding that stuff out now. But we know that they're competitive, smart kids who value football, so that's what you're trying to build. All right, so to me, the most interesting thing that came out of that was the fact that they pretty much did let us know that they are still looking for help in that cornerback room. And again, it all depends on the health of the cornerback room going into the week 1. What these guys get evaluated as, the Josh Butlers, the Trevon Diggses, the Savone Revels, all these guys that they have injured in that corner room, they're going to have to see where these guys actually are as it pertains to their health. And it sounds like to me, they are willing and prepared to make a move for another corner if need be. And I know one guy that's out there right now. Gilly! Stephon Gilmore, man. But again, y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, shout out to our sponsor for today's video, Amax Insurance. Again, to get those free tickets, bro, all you have to do is go to the website using the link that I'm going to have pinned in the pinned comment below. Go to the website and literally just get a free quote. Just get a free quote. And you in there, and you could possibly end up winning tickets to that Packers game. Plus $350 towards a hotel stay. So, y'all, tap in. Take advantage of this offer. It's only going to be around until Saturday. Take advantage of it right now. Be sure to follow, subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still the ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.